And welcome one and all back to the Valley in the Shadow. You're here with me, OneManJack, and I know I said I wasn't going to make any more videos on the Gungeon, and that's true. I'm not going to make any more videos explicitly of me just running through the Gungeon, but I was looking for something to record while I do another storytime video, and I thought, hey, no, that's not actually true. I was doing this run, and some really crazy shit has happened that I want to show off, and I figured I could just record an episode of me fighting the boss and then going through bullet hell again. But before that, I need to find some tables, if there are any tables left that I haven't flipped, because oh boy, I've got a whole bunch of hilarity here. First off, I'm not speeding that dodge roll up. If it looks like I'm flipping fast, I have the Chloranthy ring, which reduces the time that you're vulnerable at the end of the dodge, and then I've got the red Guon stone, which I believe increases the distance that you dodge, and also improves your recovery animation. So I'm just like, whoop, 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 whoop. I don't need to add a sound effect with my mouth. It's in the game. Still though, custom sound effects. Anyways, that's pretty awesome. And then here we go. Then there's the other thing that I want to show off. Tell me if this looks unusual. Yeah, that's a thing. We just gonna... Nope, that's... freaking stuff gets in the way. There we go. So, I have the Table Tech rocket, which when you flip a table, it rockets towards enemies and then explodes. That's all well and good. But then I also found Fat bullets, which makes bullets larger and more effective, and apparently the Table Tech rocket counts as a fucking bullet, so the table just gets massive when it shoots off towards the distance, and I've been having so much fun with that. And in addition to that, I've got the Fat bullets more damage, plus 1 bullets for more damage, and then also the 6th chamber, the Blessing of Caliber, which feeds upon the curse and increases your damage based on curse, and I bought that from the Curse Merchant, and I also made the Blood Sacrifice to become stronger. So I've got 3 different curse stacks. As I learned, curse isn't just 1 unit per curse. Curse actually has different value. But I've got at least 3 curse, probably closer to 5. I've got the Blessing of the Fallen Bullet Angel. I've got the 6th chamber. I got Fat bullets and plus 1 bullets. I have massive damage. Oh, and the first gun I got was the sniper rifle, so I've been having a hell of a lot of fun with that. Oh, and we also have this this Crown of Guns. I found out what that does, but I don't want to show it off quite yet. So yeah, I've been having a grand fucking time. But that's enough time me talking about the Gungeon. You've seen this game plenty, so I am going to I'm gonna stop talking now, stop recording my mic, and put the recording volume of the Gungeon on very low, very low. And wait, no, I don't need to do that. I can just alter the sound afterwards. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll also right about here put in my face telling a story in the top right. Hope I think of a good story to record. Okay. Well, man, dude, that fucking table glitch, that, as cool as it is, that actually got in the way quite a bit later on in the game, because as you might have noticed, it moved the table up. Like, if you try to push the table to the side, it moved it up and then to the side, and that just, it threw off the alignment of where I was trying to aim my shit. But anyways, story time. So around here, there's a local holiday, I'm gonna call it, called ChiliFest. And what it is it's a charity event where they get a bunch of bands. It's this big old concert out in the middle of nowhere. You're supposed to go there, it's a concert, you have drunk, you have a good time, and it's this huge event. Like, every year, I want to say it's the event of the year, barring graduations. Remember, this is a college town. And it's always fun. Now, my dad, he is an avid fan of ZZ Top. He likes all the old classic rock, but especially ZZ Top. They're among his top favorite bands. And he grew up in Snook, a stone's throw away from where they hold ChiliFest every year, but he never went because his father disapproved because it was an event that had a little bit of a bad reputation. Got hit there. little bit of a bad reputation because, again, these are college kids that go to a concert and get drunk. There aren't very many good things that can come out of that. Although it is a charity event, so I guess a whole lot of good does come out of it. But anyways, that's beside the point. So he had never gone, and just recently, I want to say 2 years back, ZZ Top was the headline event at ChiliFest. And so my dad was like, oh man, I've never been before, I've gotta go to see ZZ Top. So we got me and my older brother Clint, we got ourselves tickets in. I want to say it was like $70 a head, which is pricey, but again, charity event. Money goes to a good cause. So it was like we get to hear awesome music, donate to charity, have a good time. What isn't there to like? Well, as it turns out, 3 days before ZZ Top is supposed to play for ChiliFest, I think the main guitarist injured his hand severely enough that ZZ Top had to cancel the rest of their tour, which included the Chili Show Fest. Needless to say, we were crushed. And we almost wanted to try and get our money back, but it was a charity event, and like, you don't ask for a refund from a charity event. Like, even when ZZ Top was the entire reason we went, you don't go and then ask your money back, because it's a charity event. So we did, because, I mean, hey, we decided, we'll still go, we can have a good time, it should be a fun concert, right? So, we get there, and it's in the middle of a dirt field. They've set up, they probably paid some farmer to use his field, and they set up there, which, as it turns out, was a good idea, because oh boy. First off, the actual concert part of it was really good. The band's grade A performance, they did pretty well, and the concert half of it was exactly what you would expect. But it was called ChiliFest, so we assumed there would be some amount of chili or some kind of cook-off or something like to that effect. There wasn't. There was the only food there. There was like 2 food stands selling shitty hamburgers, shitty hot dogs, and some really damn good crawfish. But it was, we were disappointed in that regard. But we thought, there's got to be something to do here, right? Well, as it turns out, no. The ChiliFest was just a concert, and we kind of didn't know that, because, again, we'd never been. And just a concert would have been just fine. Ooh, this crown's really cool. Look at this. Blah! Bullets everywhere! So again, just a concert would have been fine if it had been just a concert with ZZ Top. Because we wanted to see ZZ Top. We didn't really know or care about any of the other bands. So we toured the fairgrounds to see what the sights were, and as it turns out, oh dude, I had a map. That was a great boom, so you could see exactly how far you have to wade through enemies to get to these. But as it turns out, ChiliFest is not a frat party. That because a frat party is too tame of a description. ChiliFest is 10 different fraternities, each trying to compete to see who can have the loudest, rowdiest, messiest frat party. And boy, do they put their hearts into that competition. Each group had, like, built their own miniature castle out of actual wood. They were probably building this shit at least for 3 or 4 days in advance. That, or they just threw a bunch of shit together 2 hours before the concert. I don't really know. We didn't get to go into any of them. Because the only thing fraternities like to do more than drink and party is exclude people who aren't part of the fraternity. We went up to one and said, hey, you got some cool music in there. And the dude at the front was just like, who do you know? We're like, no one? Then get the fuck out of here. Really? That's fine, dude. Okay. Like, we went to a couple of them. They were all jackasses, and they had the biggest, burliest guys of the fraternity acting as bouncer, and I'm pretty sure security would have come down if any of them actually tried to do anything physical, but needless to say, none of us wanted to pick a fight with a bunch of drunken frat boys. They would most certainly have delivered on that fight. and I figure out how to deal with those shot grubs here. If you stay near the walls, their spray is much less annoying because it just sprays randomly outwards from the wall, not necessarily toward you. But anyways, back to the story. So ChiliFest, it was a grand disappointment all around. We didn't get to enjoy the concert. There wasn't any chili to be found in the entire place, and there weren't any other kind of amusements or attractions. We didn't even get any beer because, well, actually no, we could have bought some beer. I think we actually did buy a little bit, but most of the frats bought their own beer. Anyways, it was a disappointment for us. But most of the people there were having a hell of a grand time. So if you like really loud concerts and getting drunk for no reason, go for it. Hey, charity, good cause, you enjoy. I probably should have gotten hit there, but I didn't. So anyways, that's what ChiliFest is. I have an insider's perspective on what ChiliFest is. So when ChiliFest happened again this past weekend, and I didn't know it was ChiliFest weekend until I got in my car to drive to work. Driving to work, I passed 10 cop cars on a 15-minute stretch of road. And 6 of them had already pulled someone over to give someone a ticket, and 2 of them were en route to their location so they could wait to give someone a ticket. The police were out in force, and they apparently needed to be from how many tickets they were handing out. So I call up my dad while I'm on the road to warn him, because every now and then he'll just drive by to visit me and my grandmother, and I was like, hey, if you're gonna come in today, I don't know if you are, be fucking careful, there's police everywhere. And he's like, oh, yeah, probably, it's ChiliFest weekend. I'm like, oh, ChiliFest. A lot of drunkards trying to drive to and from the concert, that makes sense. So, I get to work, and work it's busy, but it's normal Saturday kind of busy. Friday. It was normal Friday kind of busy, as in it was busy, but not unexpectedly so. We had a lot of people, we had a lot of customers, management made a lot of money, it was a grand old time. But until about 9 o'clock, I'm just a doofus for getting dinner. Up until about 9 o'clock. So, 9 o'clock rolls around, and some people are starting to get drunk enough they want to head home. Like, you can only party outside for so long until you need to go home and sleep it off. And I think ChiliFest opens the gates at 12. So by 9 o'clock, these guys had been going through 9 straight hours of drinking and concert and fraternity party. I gotta hand it to them, because the people who started leaving then weren't even the last to leave. I think ChiliFest closes at midnight, and there are people who stay there until midnight and party for a solid 12 hours. You people need to run a marathon. I have no idea how you do it for that long. But, shit, I need to hurry up. So anyways, 9 o'clock rolls around, and, I'm closing up. Shop's pretty empty. We had a busy enough day. We ran out of chicken, and we ran out of turkey, and we ran out of pizzas. So, that doesn't happen often. We don't usually, we'll run out of something once a week, or at least on one of my shifts per week. And Kate will be like, hey, we've run out of this, suggest this instead. We're like, okay. Well, I don't think we had ever run out of 3 things at once before, but that was just a testament to it was a busy day. So, I'm starting to close up shop. 9:30 rolls around, and drive-through just says, brace yourself. I look over and I'm like, what do I need to brace myself for? And drive-through just says, brace yourself. Spoiler alert, I die right here. Drive-through just says, brace yourself. And I'm just like, what's going on? I'm kind of worried now. An entire school bus. An entire school bus of 30 people. A mobile frat party rolls up, and they all roll into the diner at 9:40. 20 minutes before closing, and all 30 of them want food. Most of them want food that I have already run out of. And as you saw, I died, so I'm going to have to record some other footage for the rest of the story, or maybe I'll just zoom it out to be just my face for the rest of the story. Zoom? That might be fun. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just, 30 people. 30 people walking in at once at any time of day is a nightmare, because it is difficult to make 30 food items for the kitchen. Let's just brief reminder. A normal night for us, we got one person up front, one person working drive-thru, 2 people working kitchen. That's 2 in customer service and 2 in food production. That usually works out pretty well. On that night, it had worked out pretty well. Up until 30 people rolled in. And they're all wasted. I mean just wasted. The kind of wasted you can only get... Let's put that down. Kind of wasted you can only get from drinking for 9 hours straight. Just think about that. You know your body processes about 1 drink every hour? That means I was seeing these people shit wasted after their livers had already processed 9 drinks worth of the alcohol. My hand looks really weird if I just... Oh, that looks cool. Like, I wonder if that motion blur is capturing right, because that looks... If I get the right frequency, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting sidetracked like shit. How many times have I said 30 people rolled in? I think I've been saying nothing but 30 people roll in for like the past 3 minutes. Quality YouTube. So 30 people roll in, and they all want food, and I stop everyone, say, before y'all place your orders while you're thinking, we're out of chicken, we're out of turkey, we're out of pizzas. I apologize. It's late in the night. We've been trying to close up. We ran out. And of course, only one person heard me. The rest of them all tried to order chicken sandwich, or a turkey sandwich, or a chicken flatbread, or a pizza of some kind. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't have this! We ran out of food! We don't have food for all you hungry people! I'm sure management would love for us to sell you something. We have some other menu items that we can make, but we don't have any fucking turkey or chicken or pizzas. So, and of course, drunken frats are not usually the most polite or courteous of people. Some of them were. But some of them were just offended at the fact that we had run out of food 20 minutes before closing up the restaurant. But I digress. That's not the end point of the story. So, I'm trying to get stuff for everyone. Got a lot of people ordering cups of water. I ran out of cups. I go down. There's like this cabinet below the counter where we have the cups, and I'm bending down to get it. And while I'm coming back up, we have the Cinnabon station has something jutting out from the countertop. And while I'm coming up, I just smash the side of my face. Like, I smashed the side of my face like someone had just decked me as hard as they could. And I know it must have looked bad, because everyone, even the people in the back, were like, whoa, dude, are you okay? And the funny thing is, it didn't hurt all that much at the time. And so, like, I'm coming up, I whap my face, I manage to spin it. Let's see if I can do it. This is the camera. I manage to rise up and spin it in, like, a perfect 360. And then I come back and I stop and I kind of brace myself against the cash register for a moment. A little bit dizzy, but I'm pretty sure I managed to make it look at least decently cool. And the dude at the front of the line says, bro, dude, are you okay? It looked like it hurt. And I said, I'm fine. Your girlfriend hit me harder. Your girlfriend hits me harder than that. And then without missing a single beat, without hesitating for the slightest moment, he just calmly goes, which one? And all the drunken frats lose their shit laughing, like, "Oh, dude, sir!" I don't know if it was me or him that was supposed to be insulted, but everyone was laughing their ass off, and that managed to make the drunken frats not mad at me somehow. So, if you ever find a drunken frat bro, insulting him and insinuating that you're sleeping with his girlfriend is the best way to make good friends, and totally won't get you punched in the face. Yeah. Pretty sure I broke one of my bones when I did that. Like, you can't see it because this is a shitty camera and it's very faint anyways, but right here beneath the sideburns, it's still very tender an entire week later. Like, I have to sleep on the left side of my face. I can't, like, my manager went to, like, put a drive-through headset on, and I just, like, shrunk away in pain and almost went to the floor. And she's like, something wrong? I'm like, yeah, I smashed my face the other day. I'll just put it on this ear instead. And she was like, oh, are you all right? No, probably not, but it'll heal eventually, right? So I may very well have just a slight fracture in my skull. I got very lucky, though. If it had been lower on my jaw, I probably would have broken my jaw. If it had been further back on my ear, that would have fucking hurt. If it had been further forwards on my eye socket, hell no, I don't want that. But I got it right here where there isn't anything too important happening, right in the brain area, because nothing critical in my life happens in my brain. So after repeating that we were out of food to like 10 different people, they had a group consciousness where they all just suddenly came to this epiphany after a certain threshold of them knew it, and they're like, oh shit, we can't order these things. So about 10 of them did go ahead and order some food, and the other 20 were like, we're just gonna go to churches across the street and eat there instead. Since y'all can't serve us some chicken, we're like, yeah, sorry, man. We'd love to serve you. Believe us. We want your money, but we want that money. Fucking with my hand. But we just don't have any food. This is the danger of going unscripted. I've completely forgotten what else I was gonna say. Yeah, that was a generally unpleasant experience. But on the bright side, like one of the with a single sober person, I imagine it was the one who was driving the bus. Because it was the only person sober in the entire lot. She was like, hey, I'm sorry my friends are being assholes. Here, have $5. And I'm like, dude, $5? It's a hell of a big tip, considering I don't ever get tips. Or if I do, it's usually like a quarter or just some spare change, a dime, a few pennies. Like, I get paid wage. I'm not a waiter. I don't get paid by tip. I get paid by wage. So if you average out that I was at work like 6 hours that day, $5 tip, that's almost like an entire $1 per hour tip for that day. So thank you all so much for watching, for joining me on this telling of the ChiliFest stories. If you've been to ChiliFest, dude, tell your ChiliFest stories. Or if you've encountered drunken frat dudes in their natural habitat, please, just share your stories. Drop it in the comment. We'll talk about it. Share a few laughs. But either way, this video is coming to an end, so I must bid all you lovely people adieu until I see you next time right here on the dark side. You'll keep it classy.